There comes a moment you never expect. Not in the plan, not in the prep, not in the picture you painted of how this would go. It just hits. A wall, not made of brick, not steel, but of something far heavier. Exhaustion, doubt, pain. You've given everything, you've done the work, and yet here you are, stuck. There's no applause, no clear way forward, just silence, just wait. And in that silence, something speaks. Not out loud, but from deep inside. It whispers, "This is too much. I can't." Why bother? This is the wall no one told you about. Not the kind you run into, but the kind you build. Brick by brick, from every small disappointment, every silent failure, every moment you felt unseen. You think it's stopping you, but it's you. It's your doubt, your fear, your limits, looking you in the eye. And right here, in this moment, most people turn back, because pushing through doesn't look like glory. It looks like tears, like silence, like sitting alone in your car, holding the wheel, wondering if it's worth it. But what if this wall isn't here to stop you? What if it's here to ask you a question? How much do you want this? What are you really made of? Because this, right here, is where the real work begins. This is where you decide if it was just a dream or if it's your destiny. And if you're still standing, if you're still breathing, you've already answered it. You're still here for a reason. So what are you going to do about it? Maybe pain isn't the end. Maybe it's the door. Because here's the truth. If the dream was cheap, everyone would have it. But you're still reaching, even when it hurts. That ache in your chest, it's not weakness. It's your strength waking up. That burning in your lungs, that's your courage coming online. This isn't just a wall, it's your invitation to rise. Most people avoid it, distract themselves, settle, but not you. Not today. Today you face it, not with perfection, but with presence. You breathe through the weight. You remember who you are underneath the fear. You remember what started all this in the first place. A vision, a purpose, a fight that matters. And yes, it still matters. Even when it's quiet, even when it's dark, you don't need to move mountains. You just need to not quit. Because resilience isn't loud, it's steady. Mental toughness isn't about the spotlight, it's about the shadows. The moments no one sees, where you choose to keep going. Push through the pain, feel every ounce of it. Let it shape you, not stop you. You've come too far to turn back now. So stand up, take the next breath, take the next step. You versus the wall? No contest. You win one choice at a time. And this moment, this is one of them. Push through it. Because maybe pain isn't the end. Maybe it's the door. Because if you stop now, you'll never know who you could have been. And if you go forward, you'll find out. Not overnight, not easily, but fully. That strength you're building in silence, it echoes. Not just through your life, but into every room you enter. It's in how you carry yourself, in how you face the next thing. Because mental toughness isn't a shout, it's a choice. And every choice, every small act of not quitting adds up. This wall, it's just one more step. Take it. And when you do, don't forget to breathe. You've earned it. And tomorrow when you wake up, remember this. There's still more to climb, more to fight for, more to become. This wasn't the end of your story. It was the middle, the moment the fire lit again. So hold the flame, guard it with your life. You're becoming fireproof. One test at a time. And it starts with this one. Now go. Pain has a way of arriving uninvited. You didn't plan for it. You didn't schedule it. You didn't want it. But it shows up anyway, loud, raw, and personal. It's the sharp breath when they say, "You're not enough." It's the stillness after you fail. Again, it's the ache of watching others pass you by while you feel stuck, and everything in you screams to avoid it, to shut it out, to pretend you don't care. But what if pain isn't the enemy? What if it's a message? Because pain only speaks when something matters. It doesn't show up to punish. It shows up to point, to show you what you care about, what you're afraid to lose, what you're still fighting for. Pain is honest, brutally honest. It tells you when something's broken. It shows you what's real. And in that honesty, there's power. Because the very thing you're trying to run from, that discomfort, that ache, that wound, it holds the key to your next level. The pain is the path, not around it, not over it, through it. Every struggle, every fall, every scar, it's all part of your building process. There's no breakthrough without breaking. And every person you admire, they've been here too, alone with their thoughts, facing the same silence, feeling the same sting, but they didn't numb it, they didn't run, they leaned in, because they knew Growth hurts, and if it hurts, you're in the right place. You're not weak because it's hard. You're human, and being human means you get to choose. So when the pain comes, what will you do with it? Will you shrink, or will you listen? Because sometimes pain doesn't just hurt, it reveals. It shows you where you've settled, where you've been quiet too long, where you've played small. And maybe, just maybe, that pain isn't here to break you. Maybe it's here to wake you up. Because pain has this uncanny ability. It strips everything away. No masks, no noise, just truth. And in that stripped down space, something stirs. Clarity, resolve, power. You realize the pain wasn't the punishment. It was the mirror. It showed you what needed healing, what needed letting go. And when you face it, not fight it, you get access to a strength you didn't know existed. That's the paradox. The way forward is through. It's not the avoidance that sets you free. It's the embrace. You want freedom? Embrace what hurts. You want breakthrough? Walk with your fear. Because courage isn't the absence of pain. It's the decision to move despite it. And every time you choose to feel, you build resilience. Not just a surface strength, but a deeper knowing. I've been here before, and I made it. So the next time pain shows up, you won't fear it. You'll recognize it. You'll breathe through it. And quietly, you'll whisper, "Welcome back. I've got work to do." Because now you understand. Pain isn't the problem. Pain is the path. So don't wait for the pain to pass. Use it. Let it fuel you. Each tear, each setback, it's refining you. You're becoming someone who doesn't break easily, who bends, learns, adapts. The kind of person who doesn't just survive adversity, but is shaped by it. Pain gives you two options: shut down or step in. Step in. Step into the fire, into the truth, into the version of you that only discomfort can carve. Because when you walk through pain with your eyes open, you leave the old behind. And what rises is you, the real you, the unshaken, the unstoppable, the version of you who no longer runs from hard things, but invites them. Because every great transformation has a cost, and pain is the currency. It sharpens your purpose. It deepens your why. It teaches you not just who you are, but who you're becoming. So when the world says give up and your body begs you to stop, you'll smile. Not because it's easy, but because you've learned the secret. The pain is the path, and you're already on it. Keep walking. Because someone out there needs the version of you that only pain can build. Someone needs to hear your voice after the breaking, needs to feel your steadiness after the storm. So don't curse the pain, thank it. It's the mark that you're still in the fight, still becoming, still alive in the places that matter most. And that is everything. You felt it, haven't you? That moment when everything in you shatters. When your voice trembles, trying to hold together the pieces of who you thought you were. When life stops asking nicely and starts tearing down everything safe. The dreams you planned, the roles you clung to, the image you curated so carefully. And what's left? Silence, doubt, shame. You wonder if this is it, if this breaking means you're finished. But let's pause right there. What if the breaking isn't the end? What if it's the beginning? Because here's what no one tells you. Becoming isn't beautiful, it's brutal. It's the slow death of who you were, the messy birth of who you're meant to be. It doesn't come with applause. It comes with silence and sweat, with decisions no one sees, with questions that echo through your ribs. And in that wilderness, something strange happens. You start to hear your real voice. Not the voice that performs, not the voice that pleases, the one that persists. It whispers, "You're not broken, you're becoming." Look back. Every version of you that felt destroyed carried a seed of strength, of clarity, of unshakable truth. That heartbreak, it taught you boundaries. That failure, it taught you humility. That silence, it taught you to listen. Every collapse carved something deeper into you. A sturdiness, a soulfulness, a kind of quiet power that can't be faked. That's how mental toughness is built, not by never breaking, but by rising after every fall. You learn to sit with the discomfort, to breathe through the ache, to face the mirror and not flinch. And that's not weakness, that's mastery. You stopped performing strength, you started living it. And yes, it still hurts. Growth always does, but you're no longer afraid of the pain. You recognize it. Pain is now your compass, discomfort, your training ground, struggle, your teacher. Because resilience isn't found in the absence of hardship, it's discovered inside it. You've earned your scars. You wear them not as wounds, but as warnings to the darkness. I've been here before, and I'm still standing. There's nothing soft about survival, nothing weak about rebuilding. You didn't give up when the world gave up on you. You dug deeper, you fought quieter, you kept becoming, and maybe no one noticed. Maybe it wasn't dramatic. But you always knew that deep down, you were never broken. You were just breaking free. So now, when the world tries to shrink you, you expand. When it mocks your scars, you show them with pride. Because every line, every bruise, every shattered piece, reassembled with care, that's your legacy. You're not here to impress, you're here to impact. And if you've made it this far, you're not just surviving, you're stepping into the most powerful version of you yet. So say it, inside your own mind. Say it loud. I'm not broken, I'm becoming. Because the becoming isn't the end, it's the foundation. And from here, we rise. They told you freedom meant doing whatever you want, but you've learned the truth. Freedom isn't found in indulgence, it's forged in discipline. Because there's a voice inside you, deeper than the noise, that knows exactly who you could become. And every time you silence that voice with distraction, comfort, or excuses, you move further from that version. Discipline doesn't shrink your world, it shapes it. It's the scaffolding that holds up the life you're trying to build. You want breakthrough? Then build rhythm, build order. Build habits that don't need applause because they're built for endurance. The ones who make it, the ones with mental toughness, they aren't always the loudest. They're the ones who keep showing up when it's boring, when it's quiet, when no one's watching. Because discipline isn't punishment, it's preparation. It's how you teach your body to listen to your purpose. It's how you teach your mind to obey your mission. And in that rhythm, you stop reacting and start creating. You realize discipline is a language. It says, I respect my future more than my mood. And slowly, what once felt impossible becomes automatic. That's not magic, that's muscle. Repetition is the forge, consistency is your fire, and every choice to stay the course, even when it hurts, is a declaration. I'm not controlled by emotion, I'm led by vision. That's how freedom is born, not from breaking rules, but from mastering yourself. Mental toughness is built in obscurity, in silence, in the hours no one counts. It's what you do when the alarm goes off and your body says no. It's what you whisper to yourself when no one else is there to cheer. So if you're tired of falling, then build something that stands. Build routines that anchor you, habits that harden you, systems that protect you from your weaker self. Because willpower fades, but structure sustains. Let your life be led by decision, not desire. Every day you choose discipline, you carve a deeper groove in your identity. This isn't about perfection, it's about direction. Even a flawed step forward is stronger than standing still. And no, it's not always exciting, but that's the point. Mastery is born in the mundane. When you train your mind to show up regardless of mood, you become dangerous because you stop needing external motivation. You become your own momentum. And when you do that, when you lock into the long game, you move differently. You don't chase the spark, you build the flame. So when people ask how you stay consistent, you smile. Because you know it's not talent, it's trust. You trust the process, you trust the pattern, you trust yourself. And if you need a reminder of why you started, remember this. You've already walked through the fire, you've already faced the ache, you've already rebuilt from ruins. Now it's time to rise with structure, with strategy, with discipline. Because freedom isn't the absence of rules. It's the presence of purpose. So today, choose discipline. Choose the future you deserve. And if you need a place to stay sharp, stay honest, stay ready. That's what we build every day, right here at Mindset Mastery Hub. This is where mental toughness isn't just a concept, it's a commitment, where consistency becomes character, and where you become unstoppable, not because it's easy, but because you chose the hard path daily. The work starts now, and it starts with you. And every time you show up when it's hard, you rewire your reality. You don't just change your schedule, you change your standards. You stop asking, can I do this? And start saying, this is who I am. Because that's what discipline really gives you, identity. It's not about forcing yourself, it's about revealing yourself. The you who doesn't fold under pressure, the you who keeps promises in private, the you who trains for a life beyond excuses. And in this process, you realize the real reward of discipline isn't success, it's peace. Peace that comes from knowing you've honored your potential, that you didn't coast through life, You carved it.